Okay. Okay, there my microphone goes. Okay, now the microphone is working. Alright, I just hope that the music isn't too loud because of this. That's all I'm concerned about. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's see here. The stream's current bitrate is lower than this recommended bitrate. Okay, my bitrate is down. How do I fix that? Settings. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. Alright. I just want to know if people can hear me, but then again, everything is not running yet, so nobody's joined yet. Make sure I get this right. Snow's coming down again. Oh. Huh. Okay. That's weird. It should be live already. Oh. What just happened? Wonder why it's not. Manage. Huh. Exit. Okay. Alright then, let me... Your shows meet up. Okay, settings. Close. And oh, duh, no wonder. Ah, there we go. That's why. Shoot, yep, that was it. Public. Done. Save. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go now. All right. Okay, so now we should be live. I've been live for almost 12 minutes now, but nothing's happened yet. Hey, Dennis, we got you in here. Yay. Just to check, how's the volume sounding compared to my voice? I need to make sure that's good. Alright. I just need to check and make sure my volume is proper, because I can't see how that is here. Okay. I just want to make sure that's good. There we go. Alright. But yeah, how... okay. Come up my voice or the music? It needs to come up a smidge. Okay, okay. All right. Let's see here. All right, that should be good now. No worries. Like I said, I'm trying to do this for the first time and just need to make sure that everything is good. Yeah, I had to throw up that little backdrop thing and in about 10 minutes. So I wasn't able to get a chat stream going up there. I'll have to learn how to do that at some point in the future, if you would be willing to help me. But yeah, should be up on the social media channel and Discord. Yep, there it is. Okay, hey, we got a couple more people in here. I can see we got a couple more, so I guess I can go in and transition over to what I've got working here. I'm curious to see who our new guests are. So, what I am working on here today is a turntable pit for my good buddy Will. And he has admitted to me that he is not very good at doing soldering. And so... oh, okay. It's very... oh, shoot. Okay. Alright, there we go. That was... okay. Apparently when I switched the scenes, there was still one more thing in there. I apologize for that. How do I delete that one? Oh, I'll at least mute that, but yeah. Sorry about that. I did not realize that that popped up. Oh, now there's no... how is there no music? Now there's no... what is going on here now? Okay, try that now and see what that does. That's... why would it not... why would... is my... okay. Bring it back up right there. Alright, I need to check and see what exactly is going on here. Why is it mixing up the audio and desktop? Okay, if I bring that down, does it... okay, is it still working there? Let's see. Okay, if that... Alright, so that... Yeah, for whatever reason, it kind of switched over to adding an additional thing, or like an additional sound file, instead of just going off of what I had it when I switched over. I don't get why. But I just want to make sure it doesn't sound too loud or anything compared to my voice. Just want to check and see. Like I said, I'm still trying to get the hang of all of this. So... Okay. So, as long as it sounds fine to you, that's about all that'll matter to me right now. I wish there was a way that I could... Like, every time a piece of chat pops up, there was like a little ting or something that would just say, you got a new message. But then again, I'm sure for a lot of the bigger streamers, that would be going off so much they couldn't even hear themselves think, so. Alright. It looks like we dropped someone off, and then looks like we got another gentleman by the name of Dennis. Hello. So, yeah. We had a little... The snow here has been okay. Right now, as far as I could tell, we were at about 9 inches last I checked. So, yeah. We'll see how this goes. It stopped snowing for a bit, but then it just started. So, yeah. Alright, what's going on here? Already? Wow, it got really bad by then. Okay. So, I'm gonna do a couple of things today. One in particular, what this is right here is a turntable pit of a 3D laser kit that my buddy Will got for his HO scale layout. Oh boy, why is it buffering now? What is going on now? Why is it buffering like that? It's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Okay, how can I even fix that? That makes no sense to me. Well, I will at least close that out. Okay, let's see here. How do I even go about fixing that? Trying to figure this out. That's weird that it's... That's weird that it's cutting in and out like that. I don't get why. It was perfectly fine. I'm gonna try and keep my hand over on here, just so I can kind of see what it's doing. But yeah, if you guys can still hear me, what I'm trying to do is work on soldering the rail for this turntable pit, because my buddy admitted to me that he is not good at soldering, and he needs me to do this for him. So that's what I will be working on. Huh. Okay, that's weird. Wonder why that happened. Let me close out one more thing just to make sure. Okay. And then the other thing I'm hoping to work on, assuming this stream doesn't decide to unalive itself, is I picked up this Rick's Products building that I am looking at adding to my upcoming N-scale layout. I think it should fit pretty well into one of the locations that I have planned out for this. So we will see what happens here. Yeah, I packed that. Video's just a tad jumpy, but could be the internet too with the weather. Yeah, maybe it could be that. But then again, I've always had bad connection because unfortunately my computer has to rely off of Wi-Fi, and I have not figured out. I'm using my cell phone for the webcam, and unfortunately I have not been able to figure out how to get it into, or to hook up directly. Oh, hey Bo, nice to see you pop in. But yeah, I have not figured out how to get it to go directly into my computer for so that it's not having to go from my phone through the Wi-Fi router to the computer and then back into the Wi-Fi router to go to YouTube. I have not figured out how to do that yet. So yeah, I wish this was a lot better. But yeah, good to have you in here, Bo. I know we had a couple of heritage units come through Princeton earlier today, but yeah, I'm sure you're probably stuck home in the snow just like us, right? Hey, no worries. I mean, I'm just doing this for fun and to give myself a little bit of practice. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. Alrighty, so Will told me that he marked this out so that each of these, he's got these little copper ties in here, and that's what the rail needs to be soldered to. And he specifically said to solder on the copper ties that have these little black marks. And then he also said that these two dobs of solder right here are, if you can see them, I don't know if you can or not, but he said that these two dobs of solder are supposed to be where the ends of the rail join up. So the rail is pretty much supposed to butt right up against this piece of wood. Whether or not it's actually going to make a full connection, I'm not sure. I might actually want to try and get one of my pairs of tweezers or pliers or something here just to try and make sure I can get it all the way. Yeah, that's probably close, but as I get this going, we'll see what happens. So, let's start. But yeah, he admitted to me that he is not good at soldering at all, and I've been soldering, pretty much since middle school. My dad is a robotics, mechatronics, and electronics college professor, so he taught me how to solder relatively early. And the fact that I was homeschooled also helped a little bit. I'm gonna try and get this little dab of solder up here first. I've had this on for a minute and should be good now. Might have to add a little more though. Okay. Come on. Oh, yeah. Alright. Right there. Okay, so now, I know I'm using a very heavy gauge of solder, but unfortunately this is all we have in the house right now. Come on. Come on here. Working on a scratch-built turntable and roundhouse for your N scale layout. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, well, this is for his HO scale roundhouse for his... Oops, hello. That's not what I wanted to happen, but oh well. And he has a roundhouse built, but he needed to get this turntable, so... Why is this solder iron not wanting to melt? I cleaned it off. Let me try it again. Come on here. Let's work here. Was working a minute ago. And it still got power to it. There we go. Okay. Come on. Oops. That melted completely, and now the wheel popped off. Alright, there we go. Okay. Just let that set there. That should be hard in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail. Yep, there we go. Okay. So now, come into here, heat that up. Make sure it's kind of pressed all the way up against here. Alright, come on. Alright, solder, come and melt. Come on. You should be ready to go. Yep, there we go. Come on. Nope, going the wrong way. Alright. Maybe it's because does this have a core of I think this has a core of flux in it. Okay. Yay, the stream quality improved. Well, I'll just have to leave it there like that for now. I don't know why it doesn't want to just beat up properly the way I'd want it to, but oh well. Alright, try to get that in there. Let's go again. Come on, go in. Come on. Melt, please. I see you wanting to. There you go. Okay. It doesn't want to beat up, though. I don't get that. That's not gonna be very good if it doesn't... If it beads up like that. I need it to be a better solder than that, because there's gonna be a little rail wheel that this runs along. So I gotta make sure that it's relatively flat for that. Okay. So that's that one. He said I can skip that one, and that one, and that one, and just move straight on to this one. So let's see here. Alright. Come on. Alright. Oh. Come on. Stay there. Make sure that's... Alright. Come on. I guess I'll let that harden. Okay, there we go. That's that one. Hey, Billy, or is it Danny? Which one? So I got a couple of things I'm working on. Right now I am working on soldering the rail for my buddy Will's turntable pit, because he admitted to me that he is not good with... Okay, Billy, good. Because he's admitted to me that he is not good with soldering. So he asked me to do this for him, for his layout that he's been working on and tearing up and rebuilding and tearing up and rebuilding, and even changed the exact railroad that he's running for about the past 6 years now. So, but yeah, the main issue I'm having, oh, shoot. Okay, gotta fix that. Come on. I do not want that to pop out. Okay, but one issue I'm having right now is these beads do not want to settle inside the rail. They kind of just want to sit on top of the copper ties that I have here. I don't know how well that can be seen. Actually, it's not. Technically it is, but technically it's not. He got this from kit. It's a laser cut kit from a gentleman over in the UK, and he wanted it because it matched the theme that he was going with. Let's see if that picked it up at all. I don't know if it did or didn't. Okay. It probably didn't. So I'm trying to figure out why it decided to just... why it's deciding to just beat up on here. I mean, it's holding the rail in place, but there's going to be a turntable, like actual wheels that are running on the rail for obvious reasons. So I'm trying to figure out if that's going to be an issue or not, but as long as I'm at least tacking it in place just for now, that should be fine. At least I would hope. Alright. Alright, come on, go. I want you to be pressed in there, pressed in there. Okay, right here. Alrighty. Let's try this now. Oh, did it slip? I hope it didn't slip. Come on. Solder in. Ah, no. That's the one problem with these rails. I want to pop out everywhere. Come on. Alright. Alright, let's see if when that... Alright, there it goes. It hardened. That holds it in place, so... we'll see what happens here. Okay. Oh, nope. That's not what I want to do here. But yeah, Billy, if you're still in the chat, I am going to be working on another kit. I've got this Pike Stuff Rick's Products made right here in Evansville that I'm getting ready to build for my T-Track layout. So we will see how that goes. But I gotta do this first. As long as I'm tacking it in place, that'll allow me to make sure that it's lined up properly. And then once I do that, then I can test out the turntable table itself and see how that fits in. I'm really about a minute behind, it seems like I am on the stream. Okay, come on. Alright, come on. Alright, that froze. Very good. let's move on to the next one. Make sure it's in here. Okay. Trying to contemplate doing a grain silo module for end scale. I mean, no. Let's see. Oh, 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 oh. That was no good. Alrighty. Well, glad it didn't burn the wood. Let me put that back in here. I just put the solder iron in with my non-dominant hand. That looked like probably something very, very risky, but, oh, no worries, Dennis. Happy to have you here. I'm wondering if I should almost wondering if I should zoom in the camera a little bit. Just so you get, I don't know if what I'm doing can be noticed very well or not. But... Yeah, hold on. Let me jump this up a little bit more. Okay, there we go. I mean, Billy, it's up to you. I know you do a lot of HO stuff, but if you want to go for more end scale, grain silos have always been a favorite of mine. Wow, snow's really coming down again. Okay. Got a window right here in front of me, so I can see the outworld while I'm in the internet world. Oops. Okay. Alright, let's see this again and see if I can fix that. I'm gonna discard that piece of solder there. Alrighty, let's go back into here. Alright, let's try this round 2. Come on. Go in. Oh, no. It's... Okay. Come on. It's like the flux wants to connect to the rail, but the solder wants to connect to the copper ties. I'm not understanding why, unless I'm just doing my solder prep wrong. I would, for a grain silo, I would definitely do a double at the very minimum. The singles are nice, but in my opinion, they're not the best for doing an industry. Unless you're doing it with, like, say, pocket switches or something. So my recommendation would probably be to do it on a double. Okay. Alright. Come on. Let's go in there. We're getting into the home stretch for these now. Oh. Okay. That was just on my end. Music stopped for a tad second. Alright. Let's get in there. Yes, please hold, Will. I have a solder iron in my hand, and I do not want to burn myself or jump and then turn around and stab you with it. Oh, it does need it?
And it has to have like 2 very short wires. They go on each side, on each rail here, and one goes.
Okay, hand that to me real quick.
And then they go inside there.
Okay.
But
So.
they have to be short enough so all the wires touch.
Okay, so it needs to go like this into here, and the wires just need to feed in. So one goes into one, so the red goes into one, the black goes in the other. Okay, and then they just feed in through here?
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. But yeah, so I need to make sure that this will fit on these rails. Does it have to be... Okay, so that actually gives me a little better gauge now. That gives me a little better gauge. Okay. Alright. I mean, I'm making all of my modules homemade, like, literally all of them are, I tried to get a couple of, Osborne model kits, and, because I wanted to do a farmer's corner, I got a single module and a 14-inch corner, and I was not impressed with the quality of them. And I don't know what quality control will be like for some of the others out there, although not to knock on Klondike's, but I just haven't been able to get any of his to try. But the Osborne kits are the only kit modules I have gotten so far, so I don't have any other gauge to say, oh yeah, those are good or bad or anything, so... Alright, I need to get this piece of solder out of here. Let's see. Come on. Because this piece of solder here is preventing the rail from setting the way I need it to. But then again, I could try and just press that into there and just see how it goes. I think I'll just leave it there for now and see what happens. Okay. Next bit of solder. Come on. There we go. Oop, 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 oop. Alright, froze. Good. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get that bit of solder out because it's... The rail is actually... I'll see if I can get it to the camera here. The rail is actually sitting on top of the solder, and this rail needs to be sitting on the tie instead, so... This will be fun to try and do. Come on. There we go. There's a little bit of it. And come on. Out, 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 out. Out, out. You are being evicted. Out. Okay. Put that over there. Out of the way. Let's see here. No. We'll see here. Oops. Okay, that rail snapped back a little bit. Sitting out. I need to get that back in a little bit. Alright, let me try and... Come on. Come on. Let's see here. Come on. There we go. Oops. Finger was a little too close to the iron. Thankfully, I didn't burn myself. Come on. Go in there. Alright, good. There. Froze in place. Alright. Okay, this one next. Alright, come on. Go in there. Come on. Go a little more. Alright. So Dennis, if you're still in the chat, I'm curious, how How much slower did Amherst get after everything kind of cleared out? I am curious about that. Get some pretzel. We'll see. He might have already been left. Oh well. Can't expect everyone to stay for the entire stream. Oh well. Oh! Okay, there you are. You are still here. Alright, it was very slow. Huh. Well, I guess that shouldn't surprise me, or anybody for that matter. Alright, so... the trains. I'm surprised at how this rail seems to be a little short. I hope that's not going to be a problem. Oops, it bounced. Okay. Let's see here. Alright. Alright, let's get this back in place. Da-da-da-da-da. Huh. So you're... yeah, I was kind of expecting that to happen, but the fact that they had opened the doors early told me that there were at least some people that were still willing to brave the elements. So... alright. Well, looks like there's gonna be a tiny, tiny gap in the rail here still. Unfortunately, that will not change. So I might as well just fill that whole spot up with solder. Come on, melt, melt. Please melt. No, don't stick to the rail. Solder, you can't live with it, you can't live without it. There we go. Push that rail in. Grab this, pair of tweezers. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay. So that's all the joints in place. But I wish they hadn't beat it up like that. That's the one thing I'm not happy with. But I can at least take this bracket out, the lining bracket, set the table on it, and just see. As long as I'm not having, as long as I'm not having too much interference from any of them. It's slipping off not because of the, as far as I can tell, not because of the solder, but because my hands just don't wanna. Okay, that one definitely needs to come down. But yeah, you can really see it like right in here, how it just beat it up on the copper tie, and it's kind of just holding the rail in place on the outside. It didn't really come in contact, and so like I noticed all the flux gravitated towards the inside lip of the rail, but the solder just kind of beat it up on the copper. Oh, I didn't even have it on camera. Shoot. Yeah, my camera's right here, so you can really see it on these two right here. Come on. Come on, where is it? I'm waiting for the stream to catch up so that I can see what I'm showing people. Okay, yeah. You can really kind of see how I beat it up just on the copper, and... yeah, I'm trying to figure out why it would do that, though. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Unless I just did my prep wrong for it, or is it because the rail was too cold? But, so, that one's fine, that one's fine. That one might need to come down a little bit. This one needs to come down a little bit. This one needs to come down a little bit. This one needs to come down.
5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Lasagna. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on, I will be right back. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I am back. Alright. Oh, you will? Okay, that's fine. Ah, Closet Branch, hello! I saw you on Dennis's stream earlier this morning. Dennis actually already left, according to what he told me. He left a while ago, and it was almost as dead as a doornail there, based on what he told me. So. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna put this brace back in place and see what I can do. Because I'm almost wondering if maybe... maybe, I don't know. I don't know, Dennis, I know you've done some soldering before. Do you have any suggestions here? I am starting to think that maybe it was just a situation of I didn't get the rail hot enough, but I don't know. Oh, shit. 1, 2... okay, yeah, I had it in place. Oh, come on. Where are you? Right. Oh, they popped out. That's why. Okay. Hey, Will, real quick. Who made this turntable kit? I'm curious. I gotta remember. I know you said it was somebody from over in the UK.
Yeah.
No rush on it if you don't know right off the top of your head. I'm just trying to... for the stream, I would like to add that in. Oops, this... okay, the rail is loose here. I can see that now. Not quite hot enough? Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I have a one size only, or a one temp only solder iron here. But okay, so this one I know needed to get in here. A Kitwood Hill models. Okay.
I have custom do that.
Okay, so a custom kit from Kitwood Hill models. All right. Okay, let's see. Ah, there we go. Yep, I think that was it, Dennis. The rail was not hot enough. I didn't have the soldering or the iron in contact with the rail for long enough. That was it. So thank you. Alright, well, the fact that the flux from the previous passes is on there already, that also helps it a bit. I know that much. Okay, come on, go in. Come on. Come on. Ooh. Alright, there we go. Okay, where are the tweezers? I need the tweezers to try and pull this rail in. Because I can put the pressure on it and get it lined up just right. But then once I remove the solder iron, then it wants to pop back out of place. Which is probably normal. Okay, yeah, so now I can start to see a little bit of a bow here. So, alright, let me go back in then, and I'm just going to go back over each and every one of these. Alrighty. Let's try this again. I know this one got pretty good, but... And melt. Yeah, I gotta hold it. I gotta really hold it in place. Yeah, there we go. Yep, there it is. Okay. Now, I can go. I wish I had a soccer. Yes, it is. Yes, it is a turntable kit. I'm working on the pit, and as you can see, I've got the main table right here. Alright, so... Yep. Still wish he would come up with a name for his layout, because it's a kind of a 2 places, 2 railroads, 2 time frames layout. So it can work in the 1950s for his Detroit, Carroll, and Sandusky, which is not a fictional railroad, it's actually a real railroad. Or he can have it operating as a model of what could be said as the Viroqua branch of the Milwaukee Road in the 1970s. And so we've been trying to come up with a name for that, but he just hasn't been able to come up with a name. But alright, come on, solder. Nope. Alright, this one's gonna need a tad bit more. Come on. There we go. Get that solder smoke away from me. There we go. Alright. There's that. Now for this one. Come on. Alright, there we go. Nope. Come on. I don't think I need more solder for this one. I just need to get the rail hot enough that the solder wants to stick to it. I guess I'll hold it there for another minute, but I'll put an extra dab of solder in here just because that'll help regardless. Come on. We're doing so good for me now. Why are you messing up this time? Get away from me, smoke. Alright, there we go. Gotta use the tweezers real quick. Okay, there we go. And we're hard. Yay. Okay. So that one's... This one's good. I redid that one. Fortunately, there's still going to be a gap over here. So, oops. Did I... Oh, let me guess. It's... nope. Okay. Alright. Music is good still. Yay. Alright. Alright. Let's try this one. So, come on. Yeah, I'm guessing this just has to be like probably a low power solder iron. Like, it's hot enough that it'll melt the solder, but it's also just low power enough that it's not doing as strong of a job as I would prefer. Also, I don't have I don't have a solder sucker. I would love to have one of those. That would make this job a little bit easier, because I could suck up the old solder and just put fresh beads down instead of trying to reuse the solder I have here. I miss playing with solder suckers. Those, when I was doing my homeschooling soldering for my dad, I was always playing with those. Just melt some solder, suck it back up. Melt some solder, suck it back up. Alright, yeah, this one's gonna need more solder anyway. There we go. Oh, it stuck to it for a second. There we go. Good. This one. No, wait, hold on. Let me... Is that? Yeah, it stuck to it. Okay, good. Alright, now for this one, the last one. Come on. Melt, melt. Good. Kind of. Basically, it's like a pressure plunger. Basically, it's like a long tube, and it has like this little spring actuated button. And so what you do is you press the button in to push it out, and then you'd kind of have it stuck right up against the solder you wanted to suck up, and then you'd press a release lever, and the plunger would suck back up, and it would create this sucking motion that would quickly pull the molten solder out from wherever you're working. Yeah, I loved using those things. They were so convenient. But now it should be up against all the rails now. So all I would need now is to find my files. And all three files are right here. Okay, so I can take the frame back out. I'm gonna go in here and solder down all of these. Just get them kind of level with the rail. I don't want them to be bumped up too much, and I also want to kind of probably file them down this way. You referring to the solder sucker, closet branch, or something else? Actually turn that off now for now, so I'm not expecting to use that solder anymore, so might as well shut it off, save on the electric bill. Come on. Ah, solder sucker. Okay, yeah, that's what we always called it. I never knew him by any other name. But, I mean, the name kind of stuck because it's exactly what it did. It sucked the solder right up. Alright. Alrighty. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, that was good. So I'm curious, because I didn't watch the end of your stream, Dennis. Did you end up actually buying anything else other than the scarf for me? Which, again, thank you for getting that for me. I really appreciate it. This bead's low. Oh, there we go. Keep thinking that bead's higher than the rail, and I think it's an optical illusion. But there's one way to really tell. Look at it from the end. Where is it? This one can go down a little more. A Y, 5 pieces of flex track, and a boxcar from Spring Creek. Ah, nice. Out of curiosity, what was the road name of said boxcar? There it is. Okay, I fell behind again. Okay. Come on. So, did you get all the track and the boxcar from Spring Creek, or just the boxcar from Spring Creek? Okay, that's good. This one definitely needs to come down. All of it with Spring Creek. BNFE, Reefer, have an HOCL Walters one, so I got the Atlas Trademan and the Scale one to have a match set. Yeah, no, that's not bad. I tried to do a match set for N scale and HO scale Berkshire. Unfortunately, when I sent my Berkshire off to get some work done, they lost some of the parts for it, so I may have to end up giving it up, getting the money, and putting that towards something else. I would have had 3 scales of Berkshire, Lionel, and End Scale Proto 2000 that had some custom-made sound, and I would have had, and then of course I have my HO Scale Bachman one. It looks like this copper rail came up from the woods, so okay. Where is my super glue. Right here. Alright. Always handy to have your work caddy right next to your workbench. Okay. Make sure that come on. Okay. Just get that super glue in there. Come on. Hold. Where's that? Oh, I'll use this to hold it. Plan on sending both of those with Ray down to the Sydney RPM later this year. Okay. Ray as in Ray Arnott or another Ray? Just want to make sure I know who you're referring to. Okay. Yep, have fun. Send my regards to Eddie, and we'll see you guys later. Okay, I think that just kind of sucked into the wood somehow. Rare no. Okay. Alright. See you, Dennis. Have a good dinner. Alrighty. Come on. Please stick. It's not gonna stick. I think that super glue is just soaking into the wood somehow. Why and how, I do not know. Unless I'm just using the wrong type of super glue. Probably gonna do something else here if I can. Where is it again? This one. Okay. Alright. When all else fails, go to the kindergarten glue. Okay. Alright. And I'll just hold that there for a little bit. Get a drink of water while I'm waiting. Because we all know how long glue takes to dry nowadays. Because they had to change the formula of them because people kept super gluing their mouths shut or super gluing their fingers together or doing something stupid with super glue. So now glue is made less efficient than it was. Heck, when you bought super glue back when I was born, you had to keep it in the refrigerator so that it wouldn't spontaneously combust. Now we have to have warnings about how people shouldn't eat it. Alright, well. Alright, so that should be good. I'll probably just hold it with my finger for now. And get to work on filing these other solders. Oh. Come on. Solder this down a little bit. Not too much, this one's not bad. I think that might be the last one I need to solder. So at that point it's just about getting that one to stay in place. Come on. Well, we'll see. I can actually set the solder on top of that, and that should, yeah, that'll hold it down. Okay. So then, my buddy said needed, so this will go in like this. It'll set down on the turntable like that. So what he needs is to have one of each of these wires soldered into those places. I will put this glue away so that it's out of the way. Clean up as you go, of course. So, don't think it really matters which one I put it in, but given that the space is right there, I'm gonna say, because they're ones, looks like they could be both the same length. Let me see. No, well, no, the black is shorter. Okay, then I'm going to put the black on this one. Might need to strip this wire a little bit. I do not have. Nope, I do not have it. Alright. I will be right back while I grab a few more tools. Okay, I am back. And I wonder if that might have been why. I wonder. Okay. Alright, okay, there we go. Huh. Alright, that was weird. But hey, the sun just came out here in Evansville, Indiana. So we have sunlight now. After the end of the storm, we finally have some sunlight. Oops, I moved the camera. Nope. Let me move it back that way a little bit. Or do I just need to move this? Probably just need to move this. Yep, that'll be fine. Okay. I could not locate my buddy's wire strippers. I have no idea where they are. They're not here with all the other stuff. So, I will just have to either improvise or just do without for this. I don't know what else to do. Have some pretzels and water in a second. I mean, the only thing I can try to do is just be very, very, very gentle with these. And just try to score the wire insulation. Just see what happens here. Okay, let's do something. That's as far as I can go. Because I just need a little bit of extra wire on this end. If I had his wire strippers here, that would make it a lot easier. Come on. There we go. Perfect. I didn't cut a single wire strand inside. Perfect. Alright, I gotta turn this back on and let it come back up to temperature. Oh. Alrighty. Huh, we still have a few snowflakes falling. Wonder if that's just residual left in the air or something. Or if it's blowing off the roof or something. Maybe, I don't know. But it looks pretty. Snowflakes in the sunlight, in the sunset. Very, very beautiful. Okay. So, I'm gonna move this out of the way. Move it back there so that it's out and I don't bump it at all. Probably gonna have to do this to the other end as well. Actually gonna do that, yeah. I'm gonna trim this one as well. Oops. Come on. Alrighty. Come on. And of course, twist the strands together, because that's what you always want to do. Just make sure the wire is good. This one I'll twist up a little bit more too. Just this one's a little long, but I'd rather have a little too long to work with than not enough. And of course, at the back end of this one, okay. Come on. I'll just trim that little piece of insulation there. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. Okay. Alright, so now we're ready. Oh yeah, we're good and ready for that. This one's gonna be a little tricky because I gotta solder it to the inside of that hole there. But what would come in really handy for that is my third arm. Want to make sure that it's in a way that the camera can see it well. So please bear with me for a minute. Yeah, that. So I'm gonna turn it this way a little bit, just so that maybe the well, no, more over here. Better the camera can see it. And I just want to make sure. Okay. Okay. So, what I'm gonna want to do is get the wire into here. Give it a little bit more play. I'm gonna fold that up on itself and just try to bring it up. Nope. Okay, it's not secure in that one. That's a little better. Okay, I'm gonna move the magnifying glass out of the way. I really don't need it. It's just, at this point, it's just getting in the way. Okay, so I should be ready now once I get... Okay, my printer just turned on its own. Probably going through one of its cleaning phases. So I don't know how well anyone on the stream can see, but I've got it so that the wire is pretty much pressed up against the copper plate on the turntable pivot. Now, I gotta use this now. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do here, gotta try and get it in there. Don't want to burn the wood. Oops. Oop. Okay. Probably not the cleanest, but it should get the job done. Alright. Then, get this one. Fold it in half as well, just because I'm going to need that. Okay, there we go. Now, go back in here. Come on. There we go. That did not secure at all. Shoot. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can see it didn't secure at all. So take that piece of solder off and away. Okay. Let's see here. What else can I do? How can I get this to stay better? Let's see. Come on. Nope. I think maybe it's just a tad too long. Oh well. This third arm doesn't want to hold the hinge or the fulcrum very well. Okay, there we go. Let's try this again. Round 2. Gotta keep blowing. Nope. It came out. Okay, bring that back in. Okay. I'll make sure it's still in good range for the camera. Okay, actually. Okay, good. Alright, let's try again. Come on, no, don't stick to the, Dang it. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. Come on out. There we go. Why does this keep wanting to move? This third hand is not helping very well. Don't know why, but it's the things of life. Sometimes things just don't go the way you want them to, but you have to just persevere and keep going on because the reward will be great in the end. No one said life was going to be easy and that everything would go the way you want it to, so just gotta do the best you can in the meantime with the means that you have to do it, and just hope for the best. persevere when it doesn't. Come on. You try and bend that back out a little bit, see what that does. Okay, let me try one more thing. Okay, nope, that's not working. I think I need to tighten this one arm a little bit. I think that's part of why it's doing what it's doing. If I tighten that arm, that one, then it won't move. But that doesn't prevent it from moving in the claw. Well, okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. Press in there. Alright, third time's the charm. Nope, it didn't. Oh, come on. Alright, well, let me see if I can salvage this without dumping the solder. I think what I didn't do is I didn't get in contact with the plate enough. Okay, first off, okay, come on. Now the solder is gonna still working. Come on. Come on. Why is it suddenly acting like it's off? It's not. I'm getting plenty of steam. Well, now it's acting like it's stuck in there. But I don't think it's making a proper connection. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a pause from this. I'll be right back. So sadly, as soon as the sun came out, it set. Like, the skies are still pretty clear. And that's going to be a problem for tonight, because if the skies are that clear, that means the temperature is going to plummet tonight. Alright. Okay. Alright, let's see. I mean, it's acting like it's secured now, but I don't think it is. Yep, see? Yeah, all that flux in there. That's not a good build. Let's see what I can do to salvage this, if at all. Come on. Oh, it keeps wanting to go away from me. Alright. Let me see if I can tighten it up more. There. There we go. Come on. Just melt already, please. Nope, it's not. Okay. Well, then switch to plan B, which is cut that off and start again. Alright. Alright. Hold it back on itself just to give me a little more space. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this solder has flux in it, doesn't it? Let's see here. 95.5 lead free rosin core. Yep, it's already got that rosin flux. Rosin. Yep, that's much better. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now I can take that off of there, that off of there, and both of these wires go in this slot here. It'll just kind of sit on there like that. That's still hot. And then, whenever he's ready, he can he wants me to, I'll attach the wires to the rails, or he can do it, or we'll see. Yeah, that's it. Alright, I'm gonna file this one down a little bit more. I think this solder joint needs to be brought down a peg. There we go. And I'll just file this one down a little bit too, just because it's not too terribly in the way anyway, but better just to be safe than sorry. Hey! No worries, Dennis. You're perfectly fine on that. Okay. Alright, so there is the turntable as it sits now. So, I will set this off to the side here. Actually, I'm probably trying to figure out where I can set it. Probably right here. That should be out of the way. Grab a couple more pretzels. Alright. I don't need this on anymore, so I'll shut that off now. Do a little bit of tableside cleanup. Always keep your workspace clean, even as you're working, because that will go a long way when it comes to doing work. I'll put that there. I'm going to keep the files out because I'm probably going to need them when I get to work on this Rick's products. I don't need that pair of pliers, so that can go there. I might need this one though, and I'll put that up here. Alright, back in here. Just an old paintbrush works wonders as a little dust off. Okay, move that out of the way a little more as it cools off. Actually, I'll just set it in the water sponge for a little bit. That'll help cool it off rather quickly. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. And Dennis, we actually had the snow finally clear. We've got clear skies. The sun was out for a minute, but then the sun decided, okay, I don't like what I'm seeing, and set. So, yeah. Now it's going back dark again. I'm disappointed because last night, with all the cloud cover that we had and all the street lights and all the snow on the ground, it just created an absolutely beautiful scene. Like, you could just step outside. You didn't need a flashlight or anything because you could see everywhere you were going. All the light bouncing off between the clouds and the snow. Absolutely beautiful. I don't want to cut the instructions, so I'm trying to avoid that. Oops, yeah, and there I go. Okay, there we go. Throw that away. Okay. Alright, try start industries. Okay, so that's just a... Okay. Let's see here. I've never built a Rick's Products Pike Stuff building. So, this will be interesting. Is there another piece of paper in here? As I see, page 1, page 2, page 4. Where's page 3? Huh. Weird. Okay. Let's start here. That's one thing that I don't see too many streamers and stuff do is actually read the instructions on stream. So that is what I am going to do here. So it says this. Thank you for purchasing this kit. The main goal behind the Pike Stuff design is that you can easily modify and change the building to fit your needs. For almost 2 decades, HO model railroaders have enjoyed kit bashing Pike Stuff kits. As we designed the N-scale line of Pike Stuff, we took what we learned from the HO line and made it even easier to assemble and modify. We feel that these N-scale kits will allow you to easily copy most any steel building that you decide to model. Once you learn the basics of how the kit goes together, you will find yourself coming up with other interesting looking buildings just by combining 2 or more kits. Tools, an X-Acto knife, which I have here, probably needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but I have one. I'll set that over there, put these scissors back away. An emery board for glue, tester's liquid cement, but for me, I've got some Revel plastic cement. Just brush it on both sides of the part to be glued and pressed together. It's so thin that you can't see it after it dries. Painting most any hobby paint will work fine. I'm actually not going to be painting this, so we will see how this goes. Figure 1 is the trim sprue. It holds all the key parts. I think it's supposed to be spruce, but remove the parts from this sprue as the instructions call for them. Okay, so I don't remove them all now, I remove them as I need them. So it's almost like a Lego kit where you have all the parts in the bag, but instead of dumping the whole bag out on your tray, you leave them in and then you hunt and peck for them. Okay, fair enough. The doors and windows sprue not shown. The doors and windows install from the back side. This way you won't have to worry about the cuts that usually show. Note, there may be some windows that you don't have openings for. Well, that can make sense. Okay. The sidewall, blue not shown, comes 20 feet wide by 24 feet tall, scale-wise. They have cut lines on the backside so you can make this kit different heights. 24, 20, 16, 12, and 10-foot cut lines are provided. Okay, so I can cut them back down. Some walls come with doors and window openings, and some have cut lines to let you choose where you want an opening. Note, before cutting openings, be sure you have enough doors and windows for all the openings. Cut the doors and windows off the sprue and test fit in the correct openings. You will need to trim flash out of some of the openings to get a good fit. Note, if the walls have a warp in them due to plastic shrinkage, do not bend back to straighten. You will apply the glue. When you apply the glue strips to the back of the walls as the glue dries, hold the face of the wall, or hold the wall. Okay, let me restart this. When you apply the glue strips to the back of the wall as the glue dries, hold the wall face down and flat against the table. Ooh, okay, I need water. Ugh. Okay, as the glue dries, hold the wall face down and flat against the table. After the glue dries, the wall will be straight. Okay. Getting started. The roof is designed with cut lines on the back side so that it will fit several different width buildings. Follow the steps starting in figure 4 to complete the roof. I've got 5 minutes left on the lasagna that's in the oven, and my buddy took off, and I have no idea where he is. Okay. End walls are the blue walls with a peaked end, so you can actually see those right there. And cut lines for different heights. Now cut the desired height of building you want. Follow the steps in figure 2 to install the corner trim. Sidewalls not shown. Lay the sidewalls face down. Cut the height to match your end wall if needed. Test fit the doors and windows and remove flash from openings. You can choose which group you want for each side of the building. Using the sidewall glue strip, glue the sidewalls together. Note, keep the glue strip as close to center as possible and hold the wall down flat against the table as glue dries. You shouldn't cut the glue strip so that it doesn't end up taller than the sidewall. Glue the other sidewalls together for the opposite side of the building. Glue in doors and windows. Putting it all together. Now you should be ready to glue the sidewall and the end walls together. Figure 3. Which one is figure 3? Somewhere. Be sure you get the correct side wall with the end wall like you want it. After the glue has set, center the roof on top of the walls and glue. Now you can add the downspouts. Location is up to you. Near the end so the sidewall is common. These are the first kit to be produced entirely by Rick's Products. I would like to thank several people for their ideas that took me in the direction of designing this kit the way I did. Don LeDuc for the window suggestion, Keith Kittinger, I know that name, for separate trim ideas, Bernard Hughes for his skill as a mold builder, Peggy, Jean, and Lisa for molding and packaging these parts with pride. Also Vicky, my wife, for missing her vacation while I worked on this product. Oh, Rick Rideout, Rick's Products. Evansville, Indiana. I've actually driven past that shop many a time. It's actually sitting right off the Evansville Western here in Evansville. You can still see it. It has that little Pike Stuff logo sitting there on a wood sign right out front. And there's the 1 minute warning on the lasagna. So I will go and address that, and when I get back from that, I will start working on this. very convenient that my office and my kitchen are literally right next to each other. Alrighty. And a few more M&Ms. And keep hydrated as usual. Okay. So, I know what these are. These are the garage doors. The overheads. It looks like a few pieces may have accidentally broken off already, but that's perfectly okay. So these are the two end pieces. So this would be for the front. Okay. Yeah, so then you can have various height options. So if I wanted it to be a low profile one, that would be right there. Medium, high. I've got 4 different height options. Same for the these doors, although I wonder about this. Okay. Then you've also got an exhaust vent right here. That's what that is. I recognize that from my own workplace. But you'd only cut this one out if you're keeping it at that height or higher. Actually, just for reference, I mean, well, I have this hopper car right here. So that's about, you can kind of see how tall it would be compared to a hopper car, even. So in my opinion, I'd want to actually, if it's going to be a building that's being served by a railroad, I would say I'd want it to be that full height at least. That's just me, because that's where this is going to go. Okay, so I'm assuming these are the roof pieces. And these even, you can see have marks in them. Maybe, maybe not. Yep, that's what these are. If these fit that length, and actually they'd fit over like that, so you actually have a little bit of a lip. I don't know if that can be seen on here or not, but you can kind of see it has a bit of a hangover. Okay, so that's what each of these are. And they'd all go next to each other going that way. Okay, let me make sure I'm arranging them in the direction they're supposed to be facing. Set them right there. And then these are the side walls. Oops, got one more there. Okay. So these are the side walls, and they've got, okay. So you can see here, they've got a couple of door size options. And again, they have cut lines that match most of the cut lines on these ones. So if I was to cut it down to here, I'd have to cut all of these down to that size. Okay. And then I've got 2 extra pieces here that are regular doors. I'm guessing, let me look at the building side here right now. And you can see, so like this one would technically be this piece right here, because you can cut out a door in it and then set it there, and that'll be a dock door. I know for a fact I'd like at least one truck dock. Maybe more. And if I do that, I would want them to be sitting like that. That much I know. I'm curious, just because. Do those line up? No, they do not. Okay. Alright. That's that. And then also, on the back side, you also have another door here. So I could probably turn that into like a boxcar door of some sort. And then of course they have the giant overhead. So these here, I have a feeling I know what these are. Double check here. Okay, we have another person in Closet Branch. I did not notice the watermark showed up in the middle. Whoops, oh well. Sometimes you can paint it before you can paint it before you assemble it, but there are also a lot of people that will paint the entire building after they build it. Now, for some people, what they may do is they may just paint on the inside of some of these parts just to kind of make sure that that's out of the way first, because once you assemble it, it will be harder to paint on the inside. But I'm looking and, well, okay, I'm putting it up against the light I have here, and you can see where the cutouts are, but this is also a very, very powerful light, so, and I probably wouldn't, outside of window areas, I probably wouldn't be having too much light coming from the inside of this. So, but it all depends on you. Some people would say, yeah, I'd paint everything before, and then other people would say, no, I'll wait until after, because that will allow me to see the building as a whole instead of painting piece by piece, and then I put it together and it looks like crap. So these are the doors and windows here. This is... Okay, I'm gonna see. What is that? Yes. Okay, so that can fit there. Also, these can fit here. And okay. Now, I also see. No, that's open. That's too wide. Okay. So I've got two of these. So if I'm going to have a boxcar loading door, and if I want to have two semi-truck doors, I'd need both of these, and then I'd need to figure out where to put the third one. Like this. Okay, there's instructions for the concrete. Okay, let's see here. I feel like somehow instruction page 3 is missing, but I can't do anything about that. Hey, we got a few more people popping in. Yay, welcome. Feel free to join in the chats and talk and everything. I know I might not catch everything because I've got to completely turn myself 90 degrees in order to look at that. I don't have it like up here in front of me, so plus I'm trying to read all these. I want to make sure I'm not missing steps or anything. So those are the roof sections. Roof, glue strips. Okay. This is for the concrete foundation. Figure 1 shows the concrete foundation and steps. Note that 4 of the concrete foundations have a raised block on one end. That's these ones. So these 4 have a raised block, these ones don't. These 4 foundations will form the corners and are the ones you want to start with. You will also notice cut lines in the foundation. With these cut lines, most any size pike stuff building can be used. See figure 2, which is figure 2. Okay. Cut the parts from the spruce and file smooth. Start with the corner foundations. If your building is wider than 40 scale feet, then add one of the extension foundations to it. Okay. Alright. Now foundations to it. Okay, where else? I lost my place on here. Okay. Okay, so if your building is wider than 40 scale feet, then add one of the extension foundations to it so that the cut lines will work out in the correct location. Be sure to glue the gate end of the extension to the non-gate end on the corner foundation. The gate is where the part is connected to the sprue. Repeat for all 4 sides of the building. After the glue has dried, cut foundation at the cut line which matches the length of your building. Now, glue the 4 foundations together by gluing the non-gate end to the corner foundation. Figure 3, which is this one here. See, set building on foundation and glue in place. If any light shows through between foundation door openings, glue a scrap piece of foundation to the backside of the foundation to fill in the gap. Okay. That should be easy enough. So if I have these 2 docks right together, that would be my preference. So as you can see here, you can see that. So the 2 dock doors would actually be right here, and then I'll have the main door right there. That is how I personally would want to go about it. Then, okay, so that would be more for, okay, so these narrower ones are more for these sections right here. Okay. I'm curious about how tall those are. But again, I'm not too worried about it. Actually, let me grab, I want to know, where, do I have a boxcar up here? No. But fortunately, I do have a semi-trailer here at least. Just sitting here. No, it's a shorty. These are shorty ones. I do have a piggyback trailer here. This one is more of an intermodal. So this one I could see would be more for one of these doors. I should know exactly how these work because I drive these all the time. But this is an intermodal container, so it's a little short compared to a proper intermodal container. But I am curious though. They are the same size as that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all 6. But I can make it a little narrower if I wanted, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it the full 6. Let's see here. Oops. Whoops. Hello. Dolly wheels popped off. Whoopsie. I'll fill with those later. I'm gonna go grab a boxcar real quick. That shouldn't be too long. Alright, here we go. So this is Canadian National 553 series boxcar, which has those extra plug doors. Let me compare height. So, yeah, that's way too short. But if I have it right here, that is a perfect size for them. Because also the foundation is going to fit here. They are going to be a little high, but that is almost a perfect fit. So I have to have, so if the building is going on the, if the tracks are, so if I'm actually having it like this picture shows, where this end is up against the tracks like that, I'm going to want to cut this out and make that a door. So, that point, so I guess, right, where are all the instructions? I just lost one of them. Oh, it fell down here. It slid backwards through the gaps. Okay. Okay, end walls. Okay, the roof is designed with cut lines on the backside so that it will fit several different width buildings. Okay. So I'm assuming that's like if you're cutting it different lengths or something. Actually, oh! That, I didn't notice that. If you made this building shorter and you cut right here or here, you can trim it. Actually, let me see. No, that doesn't work that way. That doesn't work the way I was thinking it would. Nope. Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit of experimenting because I've never actually built a Rick's Products building before, so. Okay, so then what I'm going to do here, I want to make sure this is good. Where's my file? Do a little bit of cleanup on this razor blade. And, as they say in Forged in Fire, it will kill. Alrighty, so this piece out here. Just take it gently and slowly. Maybe give a little bit of pressure. Alright. There. Right along the cut line. Pressure. That's good. Yeah, that's coming along. We gotta make a couple more passes, but okay. Alrighty. Then cut up along this. If I can make sure the camera can see it. Fortunately, these grooves are on the back side so that any mistakes you make won't show through to the outside of the final product. That's very convenient. I like that. Alright. Okay. Make a couple more passes here. A couple more passes here. Okay, yeah, you can start to see it now. Okay. Make one more pass. Going that way. One more pass going other way. Go. Make a pass here. Make a pass here. That's coming. Gonna need to make a couple more passes over here. Matt Forkum, welcome. Happy to have you. Just, if you look back in the stream a little bit, I was working on soldering down the turntable rail for a buddy's HO scale turntable pit. And now I am working on a Rick's Products building for the Grand Trunk Western Metro subdivision, which is the N-scale T-track shelf layout that I'm going to be building in my bedroom. Alright. Okay, let's see. Almost. I'm going to need to make a couple more passes. Alrighty. But yeah, we're happy to have you in the chat and watching. A couple more passes. I think I just heard it go through. Let me look. Yeah, it's almost through. Come on. Oh, I think I went through. Yep, I am through. Yay. That's one. Now get the other one. Yeah, I think it'll be awesome too. I'm really looking forward to it. So, almost there. Make a couple more passes. Alright. At least one more, if not two more. Oh, man, my roommate's back. Or friend, I should say. Alright, now I need to go back across this one. Alright. That's careful on this one because I don't really want to score up beyond the corners. So what I am going to need to do is probably... trying to make sure I'm not covering up what I'm doing with my fat hands. Because I want to get it kind of up and high. And I gotta apply pressure so that the blade actually goes through. Passes there. Yeah, that's good and good. Inside of right there. Come on. Back in this corner a little bit. Oop, 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 oop. That's what I was afraid of. But, fortunately, that's just a tiny, tiny scar. It'll barely show up. It won't show up, as you can see. Like, you can see it there, but you can't see it on the other side. So, as long as I stay careful on that, I should be good. I'm not too worried about that. Mistakes happen. You're not going to be looking at the inside of the building anyway. You're going to be looking at the outside of the building. And actually, on the layout I'm building, this is going to be the outside of this wall is going to be facing away from the operator when it's set up on my home layout. But it will be facing towards the viewer when I take these T-Track modules over to shows and stuff. So, but again, it shouldn't be showing up too badly. Okay. It's getting closer. We'll make a couple more passes on this. Go both ways just because I want to make sure I'm getting both corners. Alright, a little more, almost there. Oh. I think that was it. Yep. Just gotta go there. Oh! Dog running through the house. I'm still doing my stream. What? Oh boy, hold on. What? Oh, good grief. She is... Get her dried off before she tracks melted snow all through the house. Yes, actually, Matt. The entire layout, it's going to be a shelf layout pretty much made exclusively out of T-Track modules. Yeah, right now, it's just the easiest way for me to have my own personal home and scale layout that I can actually be happy with. Alright, so there's that. I could always save that for something. Alrighty, so let's get in here and file down these corners. Get all this flash cleaned up here. It's not really going to be a switching layout. So the way, how do I want to explain it? So basically T-Track modules just make things a bit easier to work with because they're pre-made module and everything. However, because they are double track, it does kind of limit what you are able to do with them. So like you can't model a single track going through the mountains with a double track T-Track module. So what I decided was that I was going to model, like, say, Chicago or Detroit, since what I model is an alternate history version of the Grand Trunk Western that was successful in acquiring the Milwaukee Road in 1984. And how I have it set up is the bedroom is an L shape. So, and it's about 12 foot by 12 foot, but it's got this L shape because this corner right here has a closet and also the water heater in it. So I pretty much have all of this space and all of this space. I've got the closet door going right here and then the bedroom door right over here. What I decided is I'm going to have the layout pretty much going this way, so it'll make an oval, but right here I'm going to have a junction and it'll go back around here for a staging yard. Now, because T-Track modules are double track and because I'm going to have a junction here, how it'll work is a train will leave the staging yard, come around the outside of the track, then it'll go into a double crossover, go through the junction, and then it's on the inside track. It'll come back around and I could either do as many loops as I wanted on this inside, or I can just have it go back through the double crossover, go into the junction, and then come back out to the other end of the staging yard. So basically you can consider it technically speaking, it is a point-to-point, twice around layout, but it's designed to always look like it is a double track mainline. So it's basically using that trick of the eye to make it look like it's something completely different. But I'm gonna have a couple commuter stations and or an Amtrak station, and I'll have an automobile plant. I'm going to have a candy factory and a couple other industries throughout the layout. And if I want to, the nice thing about T-Track modules is you can take sections out. So I have an idea for making a 8-foot long gum stump and snowshoe in T-Track modules. Basically, a gum stump and snowshoe is basically it's a more advanced switching puzzle where you have the track start on one side, it goes over, comes back, and then up. So it's basically like a whole bunch of switchback stuff. And I could use that to represent like an urban branch line. So if I wanted to, I can go about and have it look like an actual switching layout or have elements of a switching layout on it while still being able to run a mainline train on the inside track. So, but I like the idea that I was able to come up with for it, and I'm happy to see what I will be able to do next. Okay, so I'm gonna need to cut out this section here. Actually, I need those scissors again. Alright. Good go. But the other nice thing about it being T-Track is that I actually will be able to transport it to places and shows. So it's both a home layout and switching layout. So just makes things really, really easy. Okay. Now the question is, do I want to use the knife for this, or do I want to try and use, like, oh, those aren't flush. That's the problem. I'm gonna have to use the X-Acto knife. So, go back in here and start cutting away. And I don't need it to be perfect because I'm gonna go back in with a file and clean it up afterwards. How long have I been streaming? 2 hours, 45 minutes. Wow. Okay, but I know a good chunk of that was just trying to get everything working and figuring everything out. Building, yeah, I like the idea of a layout with some amount of portability too. I mean, not all the modules are going to be able to go with me, but I'm gonna do what I can for them. I'm building a small switching layout I can take to shows too. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, making portable switching layouts is always fun. I mean, for me, I don't, unless you can sell me on the look of it being able to seem like the train's going somewhere or doing something, or make it incorporate some sort of interchange of sorts to it so that it actually looks like, okay, well, if it's a switching layout, then you got the cars have to be coming from somewhere and then connecting with the main line. It's just, for me, I just personally have difficulty when it comes to switching layouts unless there's a way of incorporating other elements in it, like hidden pull on and pull off so that it looks like the train's actually coming from somewhere, or if it's like, say, like a tiny terminal railroad that's designed to really only switch out one industry or something, then I could probably buy it and it's easier for me to accept. But like, say I just wouldn't be able to build just, say, an Inglenook switching layout and be able to be satisfied off of it. Like, sure, it's a good puzzle and everything, and a great way to get people into the hobby or something, but for me that just isn't appealing. I need something a little more, but there's nothing wrong with that because I have a pretty good way of knowing how I'm gonna do it. The hard part, though, for that is going to be building the lift out sections for the layout, because there's 2 sections that have to have a lift out. Alrighty. That's okay. Ooh, car floats. Those are always awesome. My buddy, the one that I built or worked on the turntable for, he actually has a Chesapeake and Ohio car float in HO that is representative of the ones used in Port Huron, Michigan, and Sarnia, Ontario, where both of us grew up. And he actually got to see the tail end of those car floats in operation. But that is a cool idea. Like, if you're modeling, like, say, an island railroad that needs to have some sort of connection to the rest of the rail network, like how the Alaska Railroad does, or the industrial railroad that is or was on Puerto Rico or Vancouver Island or plenty of other places. That's a great idea. I think that's cool. Car floats are always an interesting operation design. Okay. Alright, so I want to test fit this, make sure it's in here. Okay. Alright, so just test fit it. Oh. Okay, I gotta file out these corners a little bit more. I'm actually gonna go in with my finer corner. Now this is why they say to test fit the parts. Manhattan Island, ooh, nice. Those ones are always cool too. I remember seeing pictures of the Manhattan Island car ferries and I thought, you know what, that's a cool operation. But it's not exactly what I would prefer to model. I mean, I've thought about modeling, I had plans to model a branch line that went to the original car ferry in Port Huron, but by the time I was modeling it, all that was long gone and you were now going down to the paper plant. But that was a while ago before I decided, you know what, let me just stick to what I know I can do and use this layout to hone my skills as a modeler and go from there. Alright, let's see here. Oh, wrong way. It goes here. Alright. Oh, that's still bumping, so it needs to be filed out a little more. Okay. Weird. All the plant life and everything are dead, but somehow I've got some sort of congestion or an allergy to something going on. That's weird. Alright, well, thank you for hopping on, Matt. I appreciate you joining in, and we'll see you around next time. Alright. Oh, wrong one. Alright, let me make sure I'm falling behind a little bit. Okay, let me jump up again. Alright. Okay, let's try this again. It's almost there. I need to trim down on this end. Yeah, I can see a little. I can see a bow in the plastic right there. How did CSX get all in a tangle? Oh, because of the ice? Really?
Yep, 425 is still stuck down in Nashville.
Geez, 025 took its time just getting through here.
Yeah, well, he's still down there, 128 is still down there.
Huh.
There's 5 trains sitting up at King, 2 at Parkwood.
How lovely. Lovely. Well, that shouldn't surprise me. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either. Oh, the BNO's in Evansville now, too? Okay. Okay, so that I thought it was going north. Okay. Oh, really? Great. Now I wish I wasn't streaming. I was out rail fanning. Okay. Oh, wrong way. It goes this way. Yeah, there we go. That's a much better fit there. Oops. Good. That's a much better fit. It's not bowing or anything. Okay. Good. So that's good for that. Alright, let me double check the instructions and see if it says doors and windows installed from the backside. That way you won't have to know there may be some windows. Okay. Before cutting openings, be sure you have enough doors and windows for all the openings. Yep. I wish I had a third door for the back here, but if I always have a semi-truck in one of the doors, I shouldn't have to worry about it. That'll add to the aesthetic style of it. Nope. Okay. Let me see. Do I have... Yes, I do. Yeah, this is liquid cement. Okay, I actually do have a bottle of testers, which is what he recommended. So, perfect. So, go like that. Okay. Now, where are my tweezers? I'm going to put these files aside. Okay. Alright. So what I want to do is I want to put a small bead of glue right here. Oops. Alright. What I want to do is probably hold it like that. Just go like that. Okay. Probably just to make sure. Go. Oop, 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 oop. Just go like that. Okay. There we go. Press that. That should be pretty secure once it goes in place. Yep. Good. And you can barely see that there was anything there. I could always weather out all that extra. So, alrighty. So, I want on this section, this little piece here, I'm going to cut out this door, and I'm going to have a door here. Put that out of the way. That was a little bit easier. Guess for that last piece, either these are slightly deeper cuts or molds in the plastic, or I just wasn't putting enough pressure down. Those ones went through pretty quickly. Then again, on this top side, I'm trying to not cut too far, and I'm trying to avoid, like, if it slips or something, I don't want it to just go through the rest of the piece of plastic. That's what I'm trying to avoid here. So, let's see here. Now, I need to come back this way a little bit. Let's come back up. Be careful there. Come back up like this to get into those corners. Cut through. It wants to go through, I can tell, but being a little difficult. This is just a very small piece to be working with. Ready to go, but it just needs to. I need to find a way to press really, really hard down without it going too far. You can kind of see I already put a scratch marks down. That's what I'm nervous about. Those scratch marks there. Don't want to bend. I want it to snap off. So I gotta just keep going. Come on. Oh, did it go through? Yep, that did. Okay. Good. Almost there. Come on. Almost there. Maybe one or two more passes. Pretty much there. Gotta get it right there in the corners. That's where it's having the most trouble cutting. It doesn't want to cut in the corners. Go more vertically than my hoe. Yep, there it goes. That's... Yep, alrighty. Perfect. Now, my file here should be just wide and perfect. That is a perfect fit. That is a perfect fit. Just have to be careful on that little piece there. Okay. Okay, now I need a door. So I've got several doors here. So I could go, I'd like to have a door with a window on the front here. I also kind of want to have a door with a window on this side too. Also, I think I need to go a little further on that one. Straighten that out a little more. Okay. Alright, so what I want to do is go in here, cut this one, alright, da-da-da-da. Come on. These are harder than I thought. Really have to press down with the knife on this. Oh, ouch. Get some carpal tunnel of some sort. Side of the door too. Try it this way. See what happens like that. Come on. I want to at least get this one done before I close up stream. Just get this one section done here. Okay, so those are cut there. So now focus on this side. There we go. Okay. Now file this one down. That goes in like that. That's a perfect fit there. Do still need to make sure I got this one in. Get this one into this other door here. Come on. Oh, there we go. I think this one's a little easier just because I'm just dealing with one piece and not all of them. Oh. Oh. Policy file. What?